Yo, it's me, Taku, and it's time for the next anime season. I've browsed what's coming up, so here's my picks on what I'll be giving a try. Number 1. One Punch Man, second season. This one was a no-brainer for me. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed season 1. The hilarity of Saitama's boredom at not finding any monster a challenge, combined with how excited he gets when a monster survives his first punch, and how the art style of his character changes depending on how seriously he is taking the situation, it's brilliant. I'm hoping season 2 continues the over-the-top fights and monsters, and I truly hope that maybe people will take Saitama more seriously as a hero now, considering how the last season ended. Either way, I'm sure this series will be hilarious and entertaining as the last, and I can't wait. Punch! Number 2. Kenja no Mago. I'm a complete sucker for an isekai series, so needless to say, I would have been checking this out for the lulz even if the series description didn't initially grab my attention. Luckily, the description is fairly interesting, and the trailer helped pique my interest a little more. It looks to be yet another isekai series where the main character is a little overpowered, but luckily it seems they did at least give him a weakness. Lack of common sense. That's a pretty believable weakness that I think a lot of people can relate to, and I'm sure a lot of you know someone who has a similar weakness. And of course, an anime like this will no doubt result in amusement and entertainment for all. I checked out the trailer, and the action looked fun. The art style is nice too. I'm probably going to at least watch one episode before I pass judgment on whether I'll continue this one though. Number 3. Fairy Gone. Another thing I'm fond of is supernatural stuff and myths and legends. And what better series might cover those subjects than an anime where fairies possess animals, making them monsters, and humans find a way to infuse themselves with the power of these creatures through transplantation. For what purpose, I wonder? The trailer left me with more questions. It seemed to me like this was a desperate plan to fight against a hostile force, but what force are they fighting against? And why go to such extreme measures to do so? I'm definitely interested enough to give this an episode or two before I decide if this is a series I'll continue. Number 4. Shimatsu Toshi. This is a mystery adventure fantasy about a city that disappears suddenly and how a lone courier named Takuya stumbles across the only survivor of this event, Yuki. Together they struggle to find out why and how it happened, with only a message from her father as a clue. And there's a mysterious group working behind the scenes, and there's many obstacles facing them as they head towards the missing city, as well as a revelation that shocks Yuki. Not sure about this series, but I'm curious as to what this revelation is. From the trailer, I think Yuki herself has something to do with the city disappearing, so I'm going to give it a few episodes to see if my theory is correct and decide if this is a series worth continuing past the first 3 episodes. Number 5. Wakamatsu Crisis. Set in a time long ago, seemingly similar to the Edo period in Japan, 2 men sneak aboard a ship with a mission to find a mysterious timepiece said to be able to manipulate time. They fear that their government will keep it for themselves, and not wanting it to fall into the wrong hands, they set out to destroy it. However, upon capturing it, a mysterious thief shows up and steals it. And they give chase, straight to Kyoto. But everything is different. Their government has been overthrown by some deity. Times have changed, but their mission has not. Though, if time's all as messed up as the trailer implies, I do hope they fix things before they destroy it, because that would be disastrous. Lots of cool fight scenes in the trailer too, and I've got to admit, a lot of cute guys too. So only time will tell if this is more than just a pretty face. But I'm willing to make the sacrifice to find out by giving this show a watch. Anyway, that's my top 5 for shows that I'm definitely going to watch. But there are a few that I'm more on the fence about, so next I'll be talking about those. So let's continue. Number 6. Kimetsu no Yaiba. This series is about human devouring monsters in a forest that people dare not venture into, and the legend of a demon hunter. Basically, some kid's family gets killed, and his sister is the only survivor. However, she's been turned into a demon, though seemingly remains herself. The demon hunter tries to kill her, but the kid protects her, and when the demon hunter sees that she's trying to protect her brother in return, he decides to let her live, and trains the boy to fight demons. So, basically, the anime will follow the boy's struggle to find his family's killers, get vengeance, and save his sister, making her human again. Trailer was a bit odd. Some parts looked awesome, but then there was this weird scene where the boy screamed a lot in a weird way. Not gonna lie, I had Black Clover flashbacks for a second and I nearly got completely put off. But I'm hoping it's an isolated incident and it isn't something he'll do all the time. Needless to say, it made me a little dubious, so I'll give it a 1 episode rather than 3 to see if it can get me more interested or not. Number 7. Mayanaka no Cult Kyomen. Miyaka Arata. is newly assigned to the Shinjuku Ward's office, Nighttime Regional Relations Department. Each of Tokyo's 23 wards has one such department, established to mitigate paranormal and occult-related events. Arata's special skill is that he has the understanding of non-human speech. The story begins with him encountering a yokai in Shinjuku Goen Park, who refers to him as the legendary Heian era exorcist Abe no Semai. Not sure who Abe no Semai is, but apparently he's legendary. And this series has supernatural and occult stuff, so it might be interesting. The trailer showed lots of supernatural entities and stuff, and it piqued my interest. Enough for one episode, I think. I'm hoping that will clear up the trailer, and maybe it will be a good series, or maybe it won't, and I'll watch something else. Number 8. Robbie Hachi. This series reminds me a lot of Space Dandy from its art style, and how the main character is unlucky, or lucky depending on how you look at it. This is mostly in the maybe pile, because apart from the character Hachi being kinda hot, I'm hoping the story is as funny as Space Dandy. The trailer really doesn't explain much, which in a way is a good thing, because some trailers give away too much, or they have the only good bits in a series or movie in them, leaving the rest lacking in entertainment. Anyway, the main character is called Robbie. The guy gets robbed after a bout of bad luck, and he loses quite a lot of things. Anyway, Hachi gets his stuff back for him. Robbie ends up having debt collectors after him, and to his surprise, after Hachi had gone through all that to get his stuff back, finds out that Hachi is actually working as a debt collector and is after him too. Robbie tries to escape into space, in search of a world called Isakenda, in the Milky Way, that's supposed to grant people happiness when they visit it. Unfortunately, on his way, he finds out that Hachi is stowed away on his ship, and this anime will be about them trying to find Isakenda together. As I said, I'm hoping that this will be as fun as Space Dandy, so I'll give it an episode and hope that that's the case. Okay, now you know what I'm going to watch and what I might give a single episode chance to get me interested, let's move on to the last two. These are series that Ben wants to watch more than me. Number 9. Nanda Koku ni Sensei ga. 17-year-old Ichiro Seto is an average teenager who always happens to find himself in perverted situations with his teacher, Kana Kojime. Seriously, Ben is so predictable. Anyway, this series will follow this erotic comedy about their mishaps throughout their daily lives and how they choose to handle them. The genres are comedy, ecchi, school, seinen. I'm not going to say ecchi series are bad because I really loved High School DxD, but the whole student-teacher trope thing can get really old. I may watch episode 1 with Ben, but I'm sure it will be a series he'll enjoy more than me. And lastly, number 10. Konoyo no hate de koi wo utai shoujo yuno. That is a very long name. Anyway, Takuya Aruma is a young student whose father, a historian who has been conducting various research, has disappeared. During a summer vacation, Takuya receives a peculiar package from his missing father, along with a letter containing information about the existence of various parallel worlds. At first, Takuya doesn't take it seriously, but as soon as he realizes that he possesses a device that allows him to travel to alternative dimensions, he does. Is his father alive? After all? If so, where is he? I found this synopsis pretty poorly written, if I'm honest. I mean, how do you just suddenly realize you have something that can travel to alternative dimensions? Possibly this is a bad translation? I mean, I could think of ways that could have been worded to make more sense. Anyway, this isn't the first time a synopsis hasn't made much sense on my anime list. Anyway, Ben seemed interested, so I guess we'll give it an episode. Though I'm not that keen on it, if I'm honest. And that's it! That's what I'll be watching for this season. I'm hoping my instincts are right on some of these series, and they are as good as I'm hoping. What do you think of my picks? Any series you think I should check out? Oh, and I almost forgot from my last picks that I did, I'm continuing Dororo, and while I didn't mention Shield Hero in that video, I'll be continuing that as well. Because I'm sure we're all in agreement that that red-headed rotbag following the spear hero around and making trouble for our shield hero needs to get what's coming to her. Because I'm not gonna lie, I really want her to suffer. Anyway, as always, don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button, if you haven't already, and smack that bell icon to get notified of our future uploads. See ya!